Okay, now we've talked about what it's like to take the club back and get it in the correct position. But let's talk about the downswing. What happens when we get it up there, and what happens when we want to get the club back down and square through the ball? Basically, this is what happens. We set up to the shot. We want to keep the club in what I call keeping it in your lane. In other words, that's this line that we're drawing as we take it back. We set it up here, push it up as on the vertical plane that we want to try to get to. And then we're going to try to stay right in that same line, that same lane as it comes down. And see, the club has square. It gets square about right here. We go through and strike the ball, continue on up, and the club folds in this manner. Now that's the correct downswing. We want to accelerate it from that 3/4 position. And this is the way I learned to play golf. This is what made me hit the ball as straight as I did. I won greens in regulation one year for the most greens hit. Obviously, I won the straightest driver of the decade. These are the techniques that let me play some great golf and win some championships. So let's see what it looks like when we're, again, look at the downswing. We're going to stay right on the same plane. Boom. That ball accelerates and has got good ball flight. So remember, all right, keep the club head in the lane. Don't move it out over it. Don't move it under it. Keep it in the same line. If I had a piece of chalk here on a chalkboard, I'd just be chalking right over that line. Okay, now some of the faults of a poor backswing can look a little bit like this. We call this the chopping wood method, and that's where you pick the club just straight up. Now look what happens. We're out of our lane. The club just kind of comes up and we swing down on it. The other method, of course, is trying to turn your body too much, overturn, put all this stress on you, and you come through and you hit some wild shot out to the right or left. Or of course the famous lane change is the casting. You get here, you throw the club at the ball in this fashion. That may be good for catching bass, but it's not for hitting golf balls. So what we're wanting to do is, again, keep that thing on plane, keep it through. And if you do that, it won't look like this. I know you've seen a lot of those kind of shots, and they are no fun because you got to go back and hit it again real quick.